Hello, and today we'll be seeing how to create web stories with multiple pages for the products that make the engaging content easy, attractive, and eye-catching. So basically making use of the OpenGuard Web Stories extension, the web store owner can set the description, the header content for the web stories after enabling the extension from the backend panel itself. And during the creation of a new story, the admin can add the publisher name, logo, and the cover image for that particular story as required. Apart from that, for each web story, the admin can add multiple number of web story pages uh, by adding the page title, description, image, and the sort order. On the other hand, the customers can view the web stories on the storefront and can share them over the social media and the emails. So I'll just be taking you through the workflow of the same. So right now you can see that I'm viewing right now one of the web stories, and here is one page. We can navigate through the other pages as well. And here we have a shared button that can be used to share this particular story over the email or the social networks like Facebook, Twitter, etc. So before we proceed further and show you the workflow of this particular plugin at the store front end and the configuration and how to create the web stories, please do subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to receive the latest updates. Apart from that, if you find this particular video helpful, then kindly do give it a thumbs up. So this is how the web stories would be visible to the customers on the storefront. And for each, you can see that we have the name of the publisher along with the date and the time there, with the product and the description of the same. And we have a button to view the particular story. So for example, if you want to view this particular story, I can tap on that and that brings up the story itself. You can make use of different options there to display your images there, and effects as well. So you can see the text effect is there, and the same for the other story pages as well. And here you have a share button that can be used by the customers to share a particular story. Let's check this one, and this is another story that we have created, as you can see right now. And the customers can just navigate through each of the story pages as well. Now let me take you to the admin backend panel and let me show you how to create the stories and how to add multiple number of web story pages for each of these stories that you have created, and the rest of the flow at the admin's end. So for that, let's hop on to the admin backend panel now. So I'll be logging into the admin backend panel first by entering my username and the password. So I've logged into my admin backend panel. Now, after you have successfully installed this particular web stories plugin for the OpenCart platform based web stores, after successful installation, you will have the web story option here on the side panel, as you can see. And if I tap on that, we'll be able to find the complete list of web stories that we have created. Initially, it would be empty, so you need to create your web stories first. And to create a new one, you'll have to tap here on the Add New button. You can also delete any of the created ones by selecting the respective story that you want to delete and then tap on the delete button. Here you can also filter out the stories using the publisher name, the status, whether it's enabled or disabled, the title of the story, or the date edit as required. Now after you have created the stories, you can edit the story. You can add multiple pages to a particular story, and you can also view the web story preview from the same section under the actions column. So for example, we have created this crystal wristwatch who has the publisher as John Doe. The date editor is there, it's enabled. We have added the publisher's logo and we have set a cover image for the same. So if I want to preview it, I'll just tap here and we can view the preview of the same, and then we can just move forward and check the pages that are there within the particular story. And we have this share button at the top right hand corner for the customers. They can tap on that, and according to the installed apps there, and depending upon the operating system that they're using, they can share it to the email. They can copy a link, they can send it to a mail, they can share it over the Twitter, Facebook as well. So let's go back So to add a new one, you'll have to tap here on the add new story button. So for now, let's go ahead and let's add it what we say as the web story. So this would be a demo story. So for example, for that I'll be just entering demo title, so that you can view the particular thing and you'll be able to know where exactly these things appear on the stories there. Now you can choose the transition for the title. So for example, if we rotate in left, we can set the time in milliseconds for the same. We can set the title color as well. We can set the publisher name, John Rocking Do. We can choose the transition for the name as well. So we'll choose it as, for example, Tuolin. We can set the time in milliseconds for the same. For now, I'll set the description as test description, and I'll just copy paste that up because we have a limit, so it should be more than 10 and 50 words there. Let me add a publisher logo there. So let me choose this shoe as a logo. Let me choose the cover image for the web story. For the phone, let me choose this one for the demo purposes. Now let's choose the image transition. I'll choose it as Tuolin. I'll choose it as enabled, and then I'll be tapping here on the save web story. So here you can see that the title must be greater than 15 or less than 100 characters. Demo title, and now let's try and save it up. So after we have saved it, you can find it being listed here. So here's the demo title that we have just created. So if I want to view this particular story, I can tap here on this screen icon that we have. So right now we'll be only having one page. So you saw that particular round-in effect for the same, for the particular story. Let me show you that once again. So I'll just tap here on the view web story preview. Alright, with the publisher name, that's by John Rocking Do, and the date and time for the same. Now to add more pages to it, we can basically edit the story by tapping here on the edit story. First let's check that, and we can change the transition, the color, the publisher name, and the rest of the content there. Let's go back. Now comes the adding of pages. This is the demo title. So let's tap here on the manage pages. Now for the web story, now we can add the web story pages. So to add a new one, I'll just tap here on the add button, and then we'll be setting up the page title, new page title, I'll select the transition as Tuolin. Let's set the description, test description, and then we'll set it as test description page, web story page. So for the time being, I'll just copy paste that there. I'll choose the image for the page. So let's choose this one. I'll choose the transition. We are done here. Let's tap here on the save button. Now if I go ahead and now if I check the new page that I've added, so the page has been edited, you can see it. We can edit that up as well. So let's go back by tapping here on the back button. Here's the demo title that we have created. Let's preview it. Initially there was one page, now there will be two pages. You can see the demo title that we had set up. This is the page title at the top. This is the test description here, and the transition effect can also be seen for the title on the second page. It comes from bottom till up to the top there. Now let's go back. So that's how you can create the web stories very easily. You can add multiple web story pages there. If you want to check your pages that you've added for a story, just tap here on the manage pages. Under the actions column, and you can find that particular web story page you have added. So you can add multiple number of pages as well. To delete a web story page, you can tap or you can select the one that you want to delete and tap on the delete button. Now on the storefront, here I'm at the storefront. We have three. I created one more. Let's refresh the page. So this is the one that we have just created. So from here we can view the story as a customer. It just takes 5 seconds. Here's the story. Here's the first page of the story, the second page. From here on the top right hand corner, we can share it through Twitter or any other social network that you want, and you can also share it through email as well to your friends and other people there. Now coming back, so this is the page for the web story. Now let's go back to the admin backend panel. So to delete, I'll just delete the demo title that we've just created. I'll select that, I'll tap OK on the prompt, and we'll be deleting the same. Now there will be only 3 left out web stories. So to edit anyone, you can tap here on the edit button, and then you can make the changes as I've already told you. You can also view the pages that you've edited by tapping here on the manage pages. So for the Crystal Watch, we have edited 2 pages, so the same are visible here. We can edit the pages as well by tapping here on the edit button under the actions column. We can change the description, image, and the rest of the things for the page there. Let's go back. Let's go back again. These are the pages. Now if I want to view, I can preview it for the Crystal Watch, and here we are on the Crystal Watch, and here are the 2 different pages that we had added to it. So that's how you can add the web stories very easily, and can add the what we say as multiple number of web story pages as well by adding the page title, description, image. You can set up the sort order, and there's one button for the customers to share the certain stories or the social networks or through the email as well. Now after this we also need to make some configuration settings. So for that, I'll just take you through extensions. Then here on the extension page, I'll choose modules, and here we'll be checking our plugin. That's the web stories module. I'll edit that under the actions column. I'll tap on that, and from here you can select your store for which you want to enable this particular web stories plugin. You can set the status as enabled or disabled. Enabled would enable this functionality within your web store, otherwise choose it as disabled. According to your store view as well, you can set up the content for your header there. So this is for basically the page where you are going to display your web stories. Web stories make the engaging content easily, so the same is here, the content that we have set up. So that's the other configuration section or the configuration settings that are required for this particular plugin. So yeah, that was much about the plugin. That's the OpenCart Web Stories extension, and I hope it helped you out in understanding the flow of the same. If you still have any questions, queries, suggestions, or requirements, then kindly do reach back to us at support@webcool.com. Raise a ticket at webcool.uvidesk.com, and if you find this particular video helpful, then kindly do give it a thumbs up. Apart from that, if you want to contact us through our contact section, you can navigate to https://www.webcool.com/contacts. And lastly, thanks for watching this particular video, and have a great day ahead.